Hello everybody, welcome to a brand new Let's Play series in Hearthstone for Kaiserreich. Today we are going to be playing as the good old US of A. Or more specifically, we're going to be playing the MacArthur route in the American Civil War. We have played two different factions in the American Civil War. We have played the CSA and we have played as the PSA. And as such, we're not going to be looking too much into all the little events. We've covered that ground already. So we're really just going to get started kind of just straight into the actual gameplay here. Go up to speed 5. So of course, American Civil War is going to be happening in a little over 1 year from now. 1 year, like 3 months. So what is our plan? Well, from what I understand, when you are playing as MacArthur here, is to essentially abandon the Midwest. This whole area, ignore it. It's not really worth defending. What we really want to do is focus all of our attention on defending Washington, D.C. Because we're playing as MacArthur, we are basically forced into the the four-way Civil War. So no matter what, it's going to be a difficult fight. I mean, again, we've never seen the AI actually we're going to be cheesing a little bit just by building mostly in territories that I know I'll be able to keep. We have a ton of factories. 212 factories getting with is an insane number. I know we're going to be losing a ton of those quickly. National Guard Division, kind of hot garbage. You're a little bit better, but I don't know if we really have the materials to maintain that. Also, I don't know which of these troops I actually get to keep. So I got 4, 5. I think we really only have 5 troops. MacArthur, put him in charge of the army. You will now all be around Washington. Yeah, we only have 5 divisions. We have 167 ships, 1.4 thousand aircraft. Like, we're pretty beefy. For now. For now, we're beefy. 300 days till we deal with the Great Depression. I don't know if there's anything I can do to really make that work. Victory in the Civil War doesn't matter. I think I probably should have done the reintroduce the Gardner-Wagner bill first. But unlike, you know, most of the other American factions, we actually get to keep. Well, if we do some of this stuff, we actually get to keep it. Unlike if you switch over to the CSA or PSA or the American Union of States, you kind of just lose your everything. So I think right now we're just going to crank out convoys, because as far as I know, you lose some of your aircraft. I think you lose some of your boats as well. I don't know if it removes convoys though. So as such, we're just going to try to stockpile those up as much as we possibly can. Military build up. Let's also build up here in New England, because maybe we can kind of hold that territory. We'll try building a bunch of these National Guard divisions. I know they're garbage. Just having any male troops, I think, seems good. Yes, we have 20 days till the War Department has expanded. 10% army experience gain. That's fine. Because really what we're interested in, of course, is the Wagner-Gardner bill. I think we mostly want the bill to pass. Because if the bill passes, that should make the PSA... I mean, it should make all the other factions weaker. I do believe we're probably just going to vote in... Probably just vote in Jack Reed or something like that. No, if Jack Reed wins... Probably, maybe we'll actually want Huey Long to win. If Huey Long wins, we don't want the CSA to be powerful. They are, I think, generally regarded as being the most powerful American Civil War faction in the game. So yes, we want to weaken these guys as much as we can. We want to weaken everybody, of course. But you can't weaken everyone. Okay, status of the U.S. Army. And yeah, let's reintroduce the Gardner-Wagner bill. Hopefully this goes okay. I will do reconciliation with Canada. A coalition ticket. I remember this being bad, right? Yeah, I think we're going to debase. Yeah, no coalition. Black money is in America, so things are getting worse in our country, but that's okay. Any events that gives us little pop-ups like who's going to win specific ridings for Senate or Congress, whatever, we'll always be picking against the Socialist and the American Union State. I guess American First Party would be what they're called. Well, essentially, we're always going to be voting against them because we don't want them to be too strong for obvious reasons. So we want to try to maintain control of New England. We want the Canadians to support our side. And eventually, once that's all said and done, we will eventually join the war and hopefully just kill the Internationale here. Or, like, what's the other thing we can do? Please let me scroll. Back in business. The Monroe Doctrine. Enter the fray is joining the actual war itself. Operation Rifle Domain. Or I can just try to own all of North and South America. I mean, I think that seems like a pretty good idea. Senators break rank. Yeah, pledge support for Wagner and the establishment. Senators, I believe in you, Wagner. We have negative 18 stability, but that's okay. Paramilitary militias are forming. Not fantastic news. Fortress America is just, it's one of those events that I think that like only the AI would ever choose it. I don't know why you'd pick to actively not go to war. Democracy in Australasia. Long and Reed are furious. But, you know, they gain political power. Okay, maybe not what I would want in hindsight. Yeah, definitely. I mean, you have to kind of do both. We're definitely going to rebuild the Monroe Doctrine. And it says, what's it saying here? Non-socialist authoritarian government. Yeah, okay. MacArthur it is. The good old American Caesar. Death of Pius the 11th. 20 days. Will the bill pass or will the bill fail? I don't believe we get a choice in the matter. I think is it slightly random? I don't know. Send troops to legation cities. Yeah, let's send troops to Shanghai. We have a bunch of manpower, so we might as well use it, right? More AFP members announcing congressional bids. They're gaining more political power. St. Patrick's Day flood. We will help the people because I don't want them to flip to one of the other parties. Our party is just everybody in the middle. It doesn't matter who. Okay, so we got electric, the research speed upgrades. Let's go for the next research speed upgrade. I think that makes sense. Like, I know that training troops as the United States does cause more enemy troops to spawn, but I'm okay with that. Like, I'm not too worried. You know, we have so much civilian factories. Let's just crank this stuff out now before the Civil War actually begins. Just try to see if we just get as much as we possibly can, because I don't think we're going to have 257 military factories, or factories in total, when the war begins or ends. I think the Civil War destroys a lot of industry in the country, unsurprisingly. Things can turn out pretty bad there. I see, like, what? Like, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan. Like, I'm pretty sure these are guaranteed to be CSA states. Oh, the bill has passed. Political power, stability goes up. Lovely, lovely, lovely. I assume that is good for us. I would like to reconcile with the Canadians. Because I think if we reconcile with them, they're more likely to support us. I think no matter what, they don't pay us, though. You know, let's just do the hawking plan for right now. Increasing radicalization. Yeah, no, I do know that. 15% stability goes down. Yikes. We're only 16% popular right now. Can I change isolation? No, I cannot. I wish I didn't have to be isolationist. The Cuban-American Agricultural Summit. Surprisingly, Cuba's nationalist government has approached us in search of diplomatic solution. Yeah, let's agree to the summit. I feel like that's okay. We can be friends. I don't see any reason why we cannot be friends. I don't believe there's any Toronto's win the Stanley Cup. God damn you, Toronto. Okay, let's be diplomatic. Like I know the future. Negotiations has succeeded. 50 political power. I think that might just be it. But you know, that's still okay. I'm fine taking the political power. More SPA members are announcing congressional bids. A little bit unfortunate. Of course, we're going to keep on. We're going to choose Mr. Coffee here. The Pella of the Johns. Yeah, so Democrats win. Democrats win. And we can start hiring military staff, hiring research and production companies. Just, we have to prepare for the war when it comes. Okay, so 3 days our agency will be formed. I don't even think I chose the unique American logo, unfortunately. Maybe I can change it afterwards, I'm not too sure. Yeah. I don't think any of these are unique, but this looks the most American, so we'll choose that one. I think we immediately want to go to forming a cryptology department. You can have one operative at the moment. Like, we should, within a year from now, we should have a lot of these actually done. You know, make use of the factories while we have them. Concentrated industry, you're a little bit too ahead of time. Superior firepower, maybe? What do you actually give us here? We either go for mineral, just basic land doctrine, organization recovery rate, attack on core territory, defense on core territory. So that's okay. You're less recovery rate. Don't think we're going to go for you. Cheaper artillery, better artillery. Shock and awe. Basically, do we want to go for tanks or do we want to go for artillery? I think we are going to go artillery. So this is probably superior firepower, I would imagine. You know, let's get this now while it's cheap. Negative 30% stability. Negative 30% stability. Beautiful. Things in America are A-okay. Panama has pressured Costa Rica. All of you guys down here, just be cool. Of course, no, wait, the SPA were at fault gives them more power. Then they were not at fault. Also, let's send all of our boats to Washington as well. We don't want these to fall into the enemy hands, just in case. I'm assuming there's some boats in Hawaii as well. Where the hell is Hawaii? No, there's no boats in Hawaii. Okay, interesting. I would have expected it to be. But all of you guys, please head home. We're playing one of the few countries in the game that has just like a ton of oil. Like, Texas is just full of this shit. Yeah, and also send all of our aircraft home as well. I don't think them being here matters at all. In terms of, like, if they, you know, defect or anything like that. But everybody's just hanging out in Washington, D.C. The funnest place in the U.S. of A. I don't know if that's true, but I said it, so I'm assuming it is. So you are almost done. Progressives flock to the SPCA. Wish you wouldn't do that. The Hawking plan. Okay, yeah, we definitely want the socialists to be weaker. Industrial acts. Like, the American First Party being stronger, I think is fine. Mostly because there really isn't that much industry down here, I believe. Or population. Like, we're losing less. I mean, 5, 5, 6. Yeah, like, there's definitely more industry up here. So we lose less by these guys being stronger. I wish there's a way that we can kind of see their strength. I mean, I guess you have their percentages here. The socialists are pretty popular, unfortunately. We need to kind of, you know, knock them down a few pegs, to say the least. Okay, so we will get somebody with a lot of built-in skills. You just kind of hang out in Washington for now. Everybody's hanging out in Washington these days. It's a fun place to be. Oh, you're actually a little bit longer, huh? The death of Big Bill Haywood. Syndicalists get a little bit more popular. Like, could you just, like, not be popular? I mean, that seems like a pretty simple thing to do. Southern Democrat voters align with the AFP. Can you stop? I beg of you. I mean, the bill passed. We're about to end the Great Depression, I think. I'm not too sure what your problem is. Let's start building up an air force. I think that seems okay. Yeah, build more fighters, close air support, and bombers. Naval bombers, really, I don't think matter at all in the Civil War. Once the war is over, we might want to focus on that a little bit more, but until that point, we should be good. And soon we will be dreaming of a massive, American sphere of influence. All of this will now become part of America. And in the future, for sure, but it will happen. Mark my words. What is everybody over here doing? Russia is just kind of being normal. Nothing too crazy yet. You guys aren't being too crazy. Yeah, no, I mean, it's still early. It's only June of the first year. I know we're not deciphering anything, but we want these ciphers ready to go once we, Oh, you're 54 days? I'm gonna change my thing then. Your more decryption power. Doesn't actually say how long these take. These ones are. Are you all 54 days? I thought you were 30. Branch upgrades take. Oh, because we're isolationist. An 80% penalty. Okay, I should have read that at the top. Then we'll get the bonuses here. I wish we weren't isolationist. Because that I would have been able to do significantly more stuff. They're only going to get half as many as I would have liked, because that's only one every 2 years, or one every 2 months, which is significantly worse. But I mean, we've already gotten, what? We're going to get like 3 done? No, probably like 6 done, I think. By the time the war actually begins. Colorado, Tennessee, Colorado, Iowa. Why would promoting in Iowa? Iowa's here. Or Tennessee. Oh, I guess they lose power because we're actually investing in the area. I still think we want to go to Iowa. I'm still more fine losing territory in the south when the war begins. A shipyard funding scheme. Will that... 127 days. And I have to demand repayment of war debts. So I have to demand stuff from the Canadians. Which we will get done. For sure. Like, I don't imagine that kind of event being really too difficult for a human to complete. I assume it's more of a challenge for the AI. But I don't think they'll really focus on the right focuses. Okay, so yeah, we should be completely A-okay with that. Authoritarian kind of goes up by 1%. 20 political power. I mean, we're at negative 76. That's pretty bad. I will admit. MacArthur's spoken to President Hoover privately, but a war plan white. A little bit less stability. I mean, how are we losing stability? Nobody even knows we had that conversation, I think. The old order prevails. Neither Jack Reed or Huey Long won in the 1936 election. I'm thinking, like, we need to compromise. You begin negotiations. Tension in the steel belt. I mean, we could just do this one and like not elect either of these guys and just do nothing. I think that'd also get you the event. But is that worse than? I think we want to elect Long and just fight the anarchists. And again, just weaken the SPA as much as possible. And I think that'd be the best way to do it. What else can you do? Like, Liberia asks for aid. Because we don't want a two-way civil war. Anything that does not result in MacArthur taking over is a failure. But I think we just choose the simplest option, which is just electing one of the two of the extremist parties to lead the country. Because that guarantees the thing will happen. Corpus Christi. I don't even know where the hell Corpus Christi is. Doesn't even sound like a real place. The third city we don't choose will likely be enraged. Yeah, I still think we want to make them lose power. Actually, what we could do is we've chosen all the events to make the socialists lose power. If we elect Reed and use them to weaken the longest, that might end up being slightly better for us. Because we're taking, like, what, 3 events, I think, to weaken these guys right now? None to weaken the South. And I think they've gained a lot of power. I think we actually do want to elect Jack Reed and punish the South with the, what is it? Yeah, focus on the longest. I think that is the best choice. Do we want to provide relief? I don't think this makes any difference, so I will vote yes, because why not? Yes, we have 1 more month to be demand our war payments. Again, we're just going to reconcile things with the Canadians. We don't want to evoke too much hostility there. But I do think this is going to be a good time for us to end this episode. So thanks everybody for watching. My name is Anthem. If you enjoyed, put a thumbs up. Nah, enjoy, you can always thumb down. Want to subscribe, and goodbye.